Kicking with the breeze. Russell Johnston and Mark Micken contesting the ruck in the centre. Johnston very high in there, just taps it forward into the mud. High kick out by Filkey, up to the half-forward line. Kinnear coming in, that's an awkward way to go for the ball. Hands coming over the top. Herbert throws it clear. Dreer, just a high, wide handball, knocked forward by Bennett. Kinnear to half-forward, Russell underneath it. Toomey spoiling away. Borlays had a great game in the reserves last week. They dropped him for only 1 week. Anderson gets it to Russell Boyd. Boyd in short. Darren Smith on the lead. And Port Adelaide showing a bit of confidence as they attack the big full forward. That's his second mark after a fumbled mark as well. So he's been to the fall of the ball. Kick number 2 to Darren Smith. Right behind it here. See if we can. It's a full forwards kick, that one. 3 goals to Port Adelaide. First to Darren Smith, 1-1 to West Adelaide.
Well, the attacking football of Port Adelaide along this grandstand side is brilliant. It's paying off. Russell Boyd's been involved twice now, and it's a neat little pass to Darren Smith, and with that camera angle there, you saw how difficult it was. The kick didn't waver. A goal to Darren Smith. Port Adelaide 3, the Bloods 1-1.
Coach Russell Ebert will be worrying today whether Port Adelaide can keep this form up. Johnson takes it out of the air again. Anderson into the mud. Rowan Smith with the opportunity. He'll love it to stop him like that. Clifford runs into a brick wall. And here goes Rowan Smith again. What excitement he is. Darren Smith. Port Adelaide in full flight at the moment. They love playing here at Alberton. In the old days, they were unbeatable here. This year, perhaps not quite so good. Maybe today's the turn again. But Darren Smith can't capitalise on that very good bit of play into the forward line. He kicks them behind. 3-1 to Port Adelaide, 1-1 to West Adelaide.
Rowan Smith was brilliant then. He ran through that mud like it was AstroTurf. It didn't worry him at all. A long kick out there by Dreer. Through goes Carl Herbert. Filkey's the runner through half forward. Goes for the short pass. LUDERS on a lead. And equally good work by the Bloods as they stream down the ground with no Port Adelaide player even touching the ball. Roger LUDERS is an exciting player, we all know that, and it's an important kick though because Port Adelaide have attacked very well and productively, and now it's West Adelaide's chance with LUDERS. He's at centre half forward, 45 metres out. The kick is straight. A goal to LUDERS, his first. So West Adelaide advanced to 2-1 now. Port Adelaide 3-1 on Seven's big lead.
Well, Port Adelaide have to be very careful of West Adelaide when they come out of defence, because we know only too well how Grantley Filkey can lurk around the centre of the ground. He recovers so quickly to receive from defence that if you're not with him, he'll take advantage of every opportunity that comes his way, as he did then. And of course, Roger LUDERS, that was an electrifying lead, well in front of Jeff Phelps.
Past 10 minutes in the first quarter now. Extremely good football. Very open, attacking football, not much defence in it. Micken and Johnson there, neither player could get it out. Ginniver trying hard. The tackle's applied by Carl Herbert. In fact, it was McKinnon. The kick off the ground sees Harvey and Leslie combining well. Leslie will go to the outer side of the ground, look for Anderson, and he's got the ability to run right across the centre, and I don't know that Carl Herbert's going to go right with him. Leslie again backs up. The kick is to centre half forward. The punch away comes, but not terribly effective. Here's a chance for Bennett, but plenty of opposition, although Bennett was grabbed. The umpire said he didn't have the ball on that occasion, so it's his free kick.
He's at centre half back. Kick not covering a great deal of distance. Russell Johnston setting himself and marking. Kinnear coming across the ground slightly to the left half forward flank. Spoiled away by Dreer. Bennett coming through. He can't take it. Forward player looks as though he's pushed in the back then. Bennett recovers very quickly. Smith came in, didn't do much to Micken. Micken gets the kick forward. Centre half forward, Muret finding a bit of space over the back. Des Herbert, he's got an opportunity. Doesn't want a handball on, he's decided to kick the goal himself. Will it run? It will run. Straight through the centre. Des Herbert taking advantage of his opportunity. Kicks his first. So Port Adelaide now 3 goals 1, equal with West Adelaide on 3-1.
Well, the free kick was given to Bennett there, and West Adelaide took advantage of it, particularly Muret, because he knew that there was no point bringing it to ground in front of him because he was smothered, and he went straight over the top with it. Des Herbert was there, and he played it pretty well, Des Herbert, because he summed it up and kicked the goal himself. Scores dead level here at Alberton, 3-1 apiece.
So Russell Ebert just pondering for a moment. Russell Johnston in the centre. He started off the game very well. Quick kick forward by Carl Herbert. Finds Leon Grosser at half forward. West Adelaide love him in his very best form. His kick is a good one too. Filkey running in again. He creates opportunities with his pace. Very elusive player. Short kick to McKinnon, who's run from the centre of the ground. So West Adelaide may have been a little bit slow out of the blocks, but now they're coming, and coming quickly they are. So Robin McKinnon working hard for this kick. See if he can capitalise. Win from right to left. The kick's too straight. And in the back pocket, Ben Harris.
Ben Harris, not so much a welcome return to form, but it's good to see him shrug the injuries off. Rowan Smith in front there, not paid a free kick. Plenty of heavy work at the base of the pack there as Goss it is who sees Harvey take it over the line. First time we've seen Goss. First time I have, Glenn Goss. Certainly a pretty well built young lad from Queensland. Russell Ebert. Sure it is. Jennifer got it out. Phelps onto the right boot. Now Burton had front spot. Kinnear took it off him and took a good mark. His brother pays the mark. As well he might, there's no doubt about it. Put the left hand out and it's stuck. He's going to play it on to Curtis, and it's not a good kick. He kicks it straight to Bennett. Well, Bennett will play it on. He kicks to a pack of West Adelaide players. Des Herbert's there, but a good interception by Leslie. Harvey goes down. Players stack up. Clifford, Harrison, away goes the racehorse. Loves to run, and run he does. Darren Smith on the lead. Up he goes. He's paid. Umpire Hilton pays the mark, but he's certainly too far out to score, Darren Smith. The lead is on from Williams. Darren Smith's fourth kick goes long, puts it right up into the square. Up goes Toomey from behind, but it's Dreer, two grabs, good mark on the last line of defence.
Mark Dreer calmly gives it across to Mark Micken. Micken coming grandstand side. It's a very well-placed kick. Randall Bennett making position well. Gets a couple of biffs from Russell Boyd. Unnecessary biffs, I would have thought. Just let him know he was there. His kick's accurate to McKinnon. He's in the square. He'll be kicking from the edge of that area. He goes to the forward pocket. Oh, beautifully placed kick. There is a wonderful footy here today. Some of this kicking to position and players ahead is excellent. Fullbacks having no chance. Craig Williams and Jeff Phelps being left in arrears by some very good kicking forward. Roger Luders shooting for West Adelaide's fourth goal on the 15-minute mark of this first quarter. Oh, what a lovely kick. Win behind him, his second goal. West Adelaide 4-1, Port Adelaide 3-1.
Yes, Bennett involved again, and when the ball came through on the lead there, Luders brilliantly led to the grandstand side. The kick was spot on from McKinnon, and brilliant football, West Adelaide. They're certainly going on from their last half last week, although apparently their first quarter was pretty good against Norwood as well. So West Adelaide in front, 4-1, Port Adelaide 3-1.
Mark Micken done a great job for West Adelaide this season, as he has in other seasons, of course. Loves running back into defence. He works hard to get back there to help. Then he can compete well for the knocks. He's against Russell Johnston. Very competitive day today. Lovely knock by Micken to Grosser. Grosser can't get it clear though. Now an opportunity for West Adelaide through McKinnon. Gets it into the half-forward line. Shaw fists it on. Filkey, Murat. Nice evasion, doing it well. Bennett. Well done, Peter Murat. High in the air. Phelps with a big fist away. Player coming in quickly is Craig Burton. Draws the boundary line. I thought he was getting ready for next year's Great Eastern then. So John Cahill, coach of West Adelaide now, former coach of Port Adelaide. Brian Fairclough, his assistant alongside. So Craig Burton, free kick for a push in the back, 30 metres from goal, very sharp angle. The wind will help him though. And he's kicked it well up in the air. It just floats through. His first goal. West Adelaide 5-1. Port Adelaide 3-1 on Sevens Big League.
Well, the tackle wasn't really necessary. It was very close to the boundary line there, and Port Adelaide defender, it looked like Phelps from here, and straight into the back of Burton. The free kick was definitely on, and he took it, and he took it well. Straight through the centre, so West Adelaide looking good, leading by 12 points.
Coach John Cahill will be feeling a bit happier now. Player running in, the incorrect moment. Port Adelaide player it was. Free kick to West Adelaide. Micken in the centre of the ground, into half forward. Shaw in front. Leslie hasn't got the height to really compete that well with him up there in the air. Murek's in there fighting for West Adelaide. Everyone's on it. John Harvey with the ball. He comes up last. So there'll be a bounce just inside centre half forward for West Adelaide. Good bit of body work by Shaw. His quick kick forward. Ball spoiled clear. Goss with an opportunity over the shoulder. Des Herbert, what are you doing there? In the goal square. So Des Herbert kicks his second goal. Port Adelaide 3-1, West Adelaide 6-1.
Well, they're playing well, West Adelaide. They've got players up with the ball. That's the important thing. And Shaw is doing good work at centre half forward. It was Goss then who got the quick kick around the body. Des Herbert just happened to be there. He took the mark and kicked the easy goal. This second, 6-1, the Bloods, the Magpies 3-1.
18 minutes into the first quarter, there's Glenn Goss. He did a very good bit of work then to get that ball. Mark Micken, high there with his left hand to Grosser again. Geez, knocked the ball well. Craig Burton, he loves this run. He just about kicked this goal too. It's a beautiful kick on the run. The ball high, and he hasn't straightened his body at the target. As a result, behind to West Adelaide. They're 6-2, Port Adelaide 3-1.
Doesn't appear to be much breeze. West Adelaide certainly won the toss and kicked to the southern end, and there may be a slight breeze going that way, but it's certainly not much. The kick-off from Phelps not that good. Russell Johnson appeared to trip himself on the way in. Filkey picked it up, slammed it on the way and put it through. West Adelaide's 7th goal. In fact, what's happening? Yes, it's going to be paid. The Port Adelaide players are indicating that it hit the post. They're still talking to the goal umpire, and but it's going to stand. A goal to Filkey at the 19-minute mark. The Bloods 7-2, the Magpies 3-1.
Of all the cars that are made in Australia, only one is big enough to win not only the coveted Wheels Car of the Year award, but also Modern Motors' prestigious Best Car of 85. Only one has the power, the space, the aerodynamics, the refined engineering to earn Australia's 2 top motoring awards. Magna, a totally new class of car. From Mitsubishi, Car Maker of the Year, again.
Keep the home fires burning. Keep the home fires burning.
Clean Heat gas space heaters. They'll keep your family warm at prices that will warm your heart.
Keep the home fires burning from Clean Heat gas.
See Clean Heat now for the right advice and price on gas space heaters.
The sun is shining like a ball in the sky. The birds are singing little songs as they fly. They know that life is in the earth and the trees. Blows in the river and it blows in the breeze. Come on and join in the fun. Come absolutely everyone. There are no excuses. But the air is free and so is the sun. So like the it today. Come everybody with a stick or a chair. Give us a hand to get your feet in the air. If you're too brown or you're too thin or too grey.
It's up. Borlay's got one back for Port Adelaide, so at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, West Adelaide still led by 44 points, but then the unbelievable happened. There's not a lot of love lost there between Shaw and Leslie. Derek Shaw's height and bulk, a big bother to Martin Leslie. Shaw short to Carl Herbert, and off he goes. Very good player. Uses the left boot. Johnson back. He's a courageous man. Backs into the pack. Takes the mark. Comes to grandstand side now. Well-placed kick. Harrison under the ball. It went over him. Curtis can't pick it up. Now he can. Clifford should get it next, and he does. Michael O'Brien runs back. Clifford sees him and tries to find him and does. O'Brien being looked after now by Dreher. Darren Smith leads. O'Brien not confident. It's pretty hard to kick to a bloke that's running straight at you. Big pack of players. Off hands it comes. Chance for Toomey, but he missed it completely with the foot. Through through the back door. Borlays again, trying to hook it around, but not far enough. The point, certainly an opportunist, Darryl Borlays. 4-2 the Magpies, 11-3 the Bloods.
No doubt about it. Clifford's taking absolutely no notice of Des Herbert whatsoever. He just stands in the middle of the ground. Does Stephen Clifford. Herbert's out here, and West Adelaide are attacking through Herbert. He's running around the boundary lines. Anderson gets tackled. He gets it to Ginniver, though. Very good. No, it was Harrison, now Ginniver. Opportunity for Kinnear. Through half forward, direct at the goal. Players only. Dwayne Russell's only goal. That's a good mark, Michael O'Brien. He's improved a lot in his football. It's his third mark. The umpire putting him on a fairly acute angle at this stage. Port Adelaide need this goal. They've got to get quite a number of them. O'Brien with control. Kicks it through the centre. It's his first goal. Port Adelaide 5-2. West Adelaide 11-3.
Well, the Magpies just a touch lucky in the centre there. The umpire put the whistle up to the mouth to award a holding the ball decision, but it wasn't quite there. Kinnear noticed that he had plenty of space in front of him. He took it all. And O'Brien, who again shows the ability to mark against taller company, although I'd like to know how tall he is. I think he'd be a genuine 6-footer. He took the mark and booted the goal.
So another ruck contest in the centre. Same two men, Russell Johnston, Mark Micken. Micken it is with the left hand. He gets it down to Filkey. He stands on his head in the mud. Clifford getting in for the ball. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Pretty quick on him. He was going for the ball, doing pretty quickly with it what he could. Micken takes the kick. Now an opportunity for Burton, and he loves to go. Lets the leg run with his forward body motion, and Martin Leslie picks up the kick, which just dropped the fraction short. He plays on to Jeff Phelps in the pocket. Phelps onto his wrong foot, that is his right. It's a good kick though. Darryl Borlays beats both he and Ben Harris. Grantley Filkey forced to giving a lead. He's come off the interchange bench and is on the ground, but it's Derek Shaw who receives. He's at centre half forward, going for distance too. Luders trying to get in the run of it. Uret tried to spoil that, made no impression at all, and Jeff Phelps has taken the mark.
It's a very good mark. Clifford in the other pocket. He has it now. They certainly have got no advantage. There'll be 15-metre penalty played. 9 minutes into the second quarter. Clifford's ninth kick. Surprising. Couldn't find Curtis. It bounced off him and ran out of bounds.
That was interesting, Peter. He had Russell Johnson standing in the middle of the ground then and just thoroughly ignored him and kicked it out of bounds.
Well, Bomber's got he's got a few problems out there because his opponent's running right. McKinnon slammed it back. Clifford now tries to get to the ball. Curtis got the handball clear. Russell Johnston over to Kinnear. Kinnear's got run. Anderson again for Port Adelaide. They stream into the forward line. Darren Smith now towards the pocket. He's way out in front of Williams. Got a quick kick away. Dreer's too strong and takes a good mark. Well, that was quick fire from one end of the ground to the other. Dreer will put a screw punt out, but it drops very quickly. Oh, what a courageous mark. Dwayne Russell backing back into the pack and took a fine mark. Right on the chest. Kinnear, I'll tell you what, Kim Kinnear's working. He's prepared to run right down the ground. Port Adelaide not out of this game. They're trailing by 6, but the way the game is being played, very attacking. Kinnear's 7th kick. Right up into the goal area there. Big leap from behind. Port Adelaide players everywhere. Quick kick off the ground. And it's through. That was O'Brien. O'Brien's booted his second. And he is a menace again this week to the opposition. Brilliantly done. 6-2 plays 11-3. The Bloods leading.
That certainly was very well done by Michael O'Brien. He was sort of in the middle of everybody then, and somehow or other he found an opening to kick the goal. So Port Adelaide, not to be denied, they're coming again after a great 3 goals early in the first quarter, then 10 to West Adelaide, and now we see Port Adelaide kick another 3, and can they keep it up?
Both coaches here are very, very conscious of the importance of this game. We noticed Bob Clifford having a long-distance conversation with his runner there. I don't know what they were talking about. Curtis from the Micken kick. Curtis kicks off the ground. A bit of desperation now for Port Adelaide. Micken falls over in the mud pie. Curtis went straight over him. Goss is in there. He comes from Queensland. This is probably the first time he's seen mud like this. Or he saw a bit last week at Norwood, but have a look at Curtis. He looks like a 3-year-old kid who's just had a bath up in the backyard. Clifford, Boyd, brilliantly to Clifford. Clifford boots the ball up to half forward. O'Brien under it. He marked it. 2 grabs. Oh, I tell you what, he's a worry to Dreer. He's a good player, and he's got 15 metres. That brings him within range. This is an important kick. Oh, there we are. Steve Curtis. 5 kicks, O'Brien. Oh, he dragged it. Dragged it. He needed that. Port Adelaide. Off hands a point. So the Magpies 6-3. West Adelaide 11-3 on Sevens big lead.
Michael O'Brien tried to steer that ball through instead of really letting the leg run. Kick in by Dreer to the outer side. Ross are giving the lead. Good bounce there for Stephen Williams. He gets the handball across. I don't know who it is. It looks like Geneva. I think it is Geneva. He's kicked the goal. His second. So Port Adelaide coming back. There's 7-3. West Adelaide 11-3.
Well, what a funny game football is. What about the bounce of that ball? Gee. Straight over the top to Stephen Williams, and well, you might say luck's of fortune, but he was in the right spot for that bounce. A casual handball to Geneva. Geneva ran as far as he could, put it through. Port Adelaide within 24 points now, and still plenty of time left in this quarter, the second quarter here at Alberton Oval.
I think it's Stephen Clifford that's made the effort to try and stand near his man that's made the difference for Port Adelaide. They're man for man now. Now Geneva getting it forward again. Stephen Williams, he's a great competitor. Well done, Stephen Williams. Gives himself a leg. In to pull forward. Darren Smith there under the ball, and he's marked it. Craig Williams can't believe it. Outbodied by the big fellow. Mark number 4. Russell Ebert, Pensy. Mark number 5, in fact. It's the 6th kick. And he scores. Well done, that's his second goal. So 8-3 now to Port Adelaide. 11-3 to West Adelaide on Sevens big lead.
Welcome to it.
On the outer side, the wind perhaps blowing into that pocket slightly. Westies are 11-3, Port 8-4, 17 points the difference. West Adelaide got their nose in front. Rohan Smith, he takes it out of the air, gives it to Stephen Williams. He comes down into the pocket. I think we would have liked to have gone more to centre half forward. Borlaze takes it away, but only as far as Rennie as he kicks back towards the centre. Curtis, Clifford. They've got a bit of a block up there, Peter, at the moment on that centre line area. That looked like a free kick for in the back against Craig Williams, but it's play on. He was saved by that one hand in his back. Crowd would have loved it. They're all barracking for Port Adelaide, I think.
There was a play on call then. The umpire called that correctly. Filkey in trouble. Got the handball out. Now Bennett. Bennett gets the kick away. A chance now for the Bloods up forward. No mark taken. Away goes Kinnear. He's had a very good quarter. The kick not that good. Grosser marked it. Away he goes. Grosser's kicked forward. Murrett trying hard there. Oh, Harris thrashed the pack. Don't know that he hurt anyone. I hope he didn't. Russell Johnson, brilliant work from the Magpie captain. Phelps runs away with it. Well, the race is really on now. Stephen Williams and Lowby. Michael Rennie backs up. Oh, excuse me. You reckon these boys are not going in hard? Anderson burrows through. Can't come out with the ball. McKinnon, Micken. He wasn't tackled even by Clifford. He ran at him and forgot to tackle him. Curtis takes the mark at centre half back. Now Harrison. Fantastic football here at Alberton. Clifford's in the centre of the ground and takes the mark. I think that must have been the long-distance conversation he was having with the runner a little while back. 13 kicks, Clifford. O'Brien's on a lead, and he takes a good mark out in front of Dreer.
Oh, gee, this is good footy. There's some pretty careless things being done by players. There's no lack of effort and endeavour for each team to go at it. Smith high in the air. Opportunity for Borlaze. It's home. Second goal, Darryl Borlaze. 9-4 to Port Adelaide. West Adelaide 11-3 on Sevens big lead.
20 minutes into the second quarter. Brilliant football here at Alberton, and Port supporters are saying, why wasn't Borlaze in the side last week? Well, we don't see them every week. He went down to the seconds and booted 4 goals, 3. Back in the side. Okay, he makes a few mistakes. The one thing about him, he's got brilliant reflex, and he tries things. He takes risks, and he's kicked 2 fine goals so far today. He's a very good player. Port 9-4, the Bloods 11-3 on Sevens big lead.
Russell Johnston again. Can he keep the lead? He's put his hand on this one. Got it out past Stephen Williams. Big Dwayne Russell takes possession. Players running in. Port Adelaide full of running. Stephen Williams gets it back. At the goal. They've gone crazy. First goal. 10 goals for Port Adelaide. 11-3 to West Adelaide. 5 points the difference. Port Adelaide are absolutely on fire.
They've booted 7 goals so far this quarter. And did you see the power of Dwayne Russell there? Poor old Bomber was competing for that ball. Dwayne Russell put his hands around it, threw Bomber out of the pack, turned it around. Williams got hold of it. When he ran through half forward, could not possibly miss. He's too good for that. Port Adelaide only just behind now by 5 points. Brilliant football here at Alberton on 7's big lead.
Mark Micken for West Adelaide. He needs to try and get that ball down this time. He does. He puts it forward. Picked up by Des Urban. Into the half forward on Martin Leslie. Strong mark. I'm not sure what's happening in the centre of the ground at the moment for Port Adelaide. Peter, they've got Rohan Smith, Stephen Clifford and the Rover in there. They've got all little fellows. Obviously Greg Anderson's gone out to the half forward flank when he got injured a little. And I think it might be Bomber that's taken over in the centre. He's got the ball now. Stephen Clifford takes a charge of that cross the ground kick. He's kicked it high enough for the big fellow Russell Johnston. He goes to centre half forward. Players spoiling away. That's Dreer. Winter goes for the boundary line. Des Urban's out there as usual. Where there's a boundary line, there's Des Urban. And he lets the ball run over the boundary line and plays it safe on this occasion. So Goss is off. And the player that's coming on this play is Trevor Larkins. He's going straight to centre half forward, it appears. Martin Leslie's causing a bit of strife back there. Port Adelaide to attack again. Over the top it goes. Smith, always tackled by the leg nearly. Gets it out though, he hasn't given up. Quick kick off the ground. No score to Port Adelaide. 1 point to Port Adelaide. Darryl Borlays it was that put his foot on that ball. So Port Adelaide 10 goals 5. West Adelaide 11-3.
Well, what a turnaround. The kick out from West Adelaide sees Dwayne Russell go up. What a brilliant mark. Oh, that was past him, that ball. That was past him. What an amazing catch by Dwayne Russell. And if that won't bring the Port Adelaide players to their feet, or the crowd to their feet, nothing will. A punch away there from Darren Smith, sees Bilkey pick it up. Bilkey boots it towards centre wing. Under the ball is Russell Johnston. Can't take the mark. West Adelaide running it forward now into the centre of the ground. Falling over was Harrison. Curtis didn't. He got back to Harvey. The Harvey kick is a floater. West Adelaide players getting under it. In fact, the player that takes the easy mark out there is Philip Forster. He kicks up towards half forward. Kinnear's there. It went straight over him, or he ran straight under it. Holding on to a Port Adelaide player there was not seen. I think he just evened up, Robert. He missed the first one and he got the second.
Oh, that was a very bad decision out of an arm. That could have cost them a goal. One they don't need to lose, having fought back this far. Kinnear to centre half forward. Off Winter's hands. Russell thumps it forward. Dreer. He gets it across to Lowby. Lowby to McKinnon. West Adelaide building with a bit more method now. A little bit calm with the players loose at half forward. They'll go all the way this time, I would predict. Grantley Filkey settles himself. The kick to LUDERS. He's in front, flies high, going to John Harvey, saves it out. He's just about wound Martin Leslie in half, and he can't get his balance. But Harvey saves and gets it forward to Stephen Williams. He's done a great job. He goes across the ground, looking for the big fellow Johnston. It's a good mark. Rohan Smith, the dasher, over half forward. Darren Smith coming out, and goes Brian drifting back. Well done then by Darren Smith. Didn't interfere with him in any way, shape or form. And Michael O'Brien takes mark number 6. The kick of 2 goals 1. It's his 7th kick. This is an important goal. He's timed the kick. He's kicked a goal. The Maggies are in front. Can you believe it? 3 goals he's kicked. 25 minutes it's taken to pick up their 8-goal deficit. They're 11-5. West Adelaide 11-3.
Break. Port Adelaide led the Bloods by 3 points, and the first part of the third quarter was dogged defensive football, certainly much different than the open flowing attacking football of the first half. We pick up the action again at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter. The Magpies 12-11, leading the Bloods 12-6.
But he's still in there, 5 points the difference. It'll be Mark Micken and Russell Johnston.
Right half forward flank for the Magpies, and the game is tightened up a lot, but it's still just as interesting. Through goes Williams. He's in a lot of bother. He had that one just for a touch too long. Winter. Peter Winter to the outer side of the ground. Waiting out there is Leon Grosser. He'll be off now. He never stands still, Leon Grosser. Away he goes. Well, Russell Johnston there. He's done a lot of work. Couldn't quite raise the gallop there. John Harvey goes for the punch away. Filkey on the run through is caught. Oh, that was a good tackle. Brilliant tackle. Shaw picks it up. The handball a bit soft. Kerr handball. Found Martin Leslie. Here they go again. Bomber Clifford's on centre wing. Do you reckon the crowd love him? Puts it up there for Dwayne Russell. The punch away comes from Toomey. Toomey keeps it in. Gets a few boos from the crowd. I'm not quite sure what for. McKinnon to Bennett. Bennett's on centre wing. Delays the handball. He's in trouble holding the ball. Umpire Kinnear right on that one. Away goes Boyd. Port Adelaide pretty keen. Russell Boyd now gets distance again. Williams comes in and marks it brilliantly. Oh, thought about playing on. Rennie gave him a little help. Through goes Rowan Smith. He's a terrier. Puts it right up to Darren Smith, the man in front. Ball Hayes is the danger man. He really is. Back to Rowan Smith now. Away he goes. He's a speed to Rowan Smith. Have a look at that. Great goal, Rowan Smith. Ball Hayes, brilliant. First goal to Smith. Port Adelaide, 13-11. The Bloods 12-6 on Seven's big lead.
Every time I look at that Rowan Smith, I think of that mean machine in the game some years ago, Peter, and he plays with that excitement too. What great power he's got. He went around that half-forward line to receive his own play that he had made up further afield, and then he took the ball and he finished it off magnificently. That's his 10th kick. What a great game he's playing. Intermittently, of course, but terrific. 7 handballs he's had, and he's a very exciting young man.
Russell Johnston and Mark Micken. Johnston back very, very cleverly there to Anderson. Away he goes. He's run a long way. The kick falling short. No mark taken in the back line there by the West Adelaide player in Forster. Then there will be a bounce. Port Adelaide's true centre half forward position. 15 and a half minutes in. The Magpies leading by 11 points. Micken got the touchdown. Rowan Smith again. He's like lightning. Ginniver now hooks it back. That's not a bad looking kick. O'Brien's back there. Ball A's in late. But it's off hands a point. So 13-12 the Magpies, the Bloods 12-6.
Kick 6 behinds. 4 rush lines this quarter, Port Adelaide. Forster to the outer side. Very good Mark Micken. Good Mark Micken. I like that, Peter. I didn't know I could do that. Micken to centre wing. There's a good handball too by Larkins. Herbert, and he gets it to Dreer. Dreer's at centre half forward. Derek Shaw resting in the pocket at the moment. Now an opportunity for Larkins. He goes forward again. They're running Des Herbert. Oh, that's good play, West Adelaide. A little bit of confidence in that. Third goal to Des Herbert. So Westies coming back again. 13 goals 6. Port Adelaide 13 goals 12 on Seven's big league.
Oh, the Bloods by no means out of this game. And just looking at Russell Johnston, he looks a little bit tired, I think. Mark Micken might be weathering the storm just a little bit better than Russell at this point, but he's got a big heart, the Port Adelaide captain, and he won't give in. But a good run down the outer side by the Bloods, and Des Herbert continuing to play well, boots his 3rd goal.
So Russell Johnston and Mark Micken again. Oh, good luck by Johnston, but it's not accurate. He got his hand to it. Grosser kicks it forward. Curtis, Leslie. There's a bit of good teamwork up on that defensive action by Port Adelaide. A kick into the space for Rowan Smith, and he's got the pace to take advantage of any opportunity. Up they go. Off hands, or nearly off hands. Ball Ace. Ground a little bit slippery. Gets it on to Smith. O'Brien. Port need one. Nearly floated back. Good effort by Michael O'Brien under a lot of pressure. Through from behind. 13 goals 13 now to Port Adelaide. West Adelaide 13 goals 6.
Well, they've got some clever players up forward, the Magpies. O'Brien, Ball Hayes, Rowan Smith, Darren Smith, and of course Stephen Williams has been a very good player today. Away goes West Adelaide speedster, and that's Burton. Going to run 100 metres the way he's going. Uses the left boot now. Des Herbert from behind. Appeared to interfere with Kinnear, but Kinnear took a good mark, and he has played well. 18 minutes in to the 3rd quarter. 13th kick Kinnear. He tries to find Bomber Clifford, and does. 4 against 2 then, and Bomber took the mark. And he has played well. Stephen Curtis, very cool. Puts it up towards centre-half forward. Toomey in front. Played good position. McKinnon handball. Falls in the mud pie out there. Larkins can't pick it up. And there'll be a bounce, or should I say a throw-up, in that sticky centre patch there. It's like glue. Micken puts out a long one. Bomber Clifford first. Got a quick kick away, his 20th kick. Russell Boyd, he wanted to play on, but McKinnon wouldn't let him. Darren Smith on the lead now. Boyd kicks, falling short. Williams is there, good mark. I don't think there's any better mark of the ball on his chest than Stephen Williams. He really is very sure in that department. Now, the big pack of players. Who's going to mark it? Darren Smith. Oh, it fell very quickly. He took his 7th mark, but it was good judgment. He's booted 2. 1 in each of the first 2 quarters, and he's a matter of 10 metres out here, directly in front. This is his 8th kick, and he puts it through for his 3rd goal. Well done, Russell Boyd and Stephen Williams. Darren Smith's 3rd. 14-13 the Magpies. 13-6 West Adelaide.
And every opportunity is an opportunity that must be taken advantage of at the moment. And on that occasion, the ball's just dropping a little short into that breeze. We think that the breeze is perhaps not taking a big part in the game, but there's no doubt about it. When Stephen Williams kicked that ball into the square, it hung in the air a little bit, and Craig Williams was off-suited slightly. He thought it was going to carry a bit further than it did, and good judgment by Darren Smith. Sees him kick the goal. So they're 1 goal, 7 in front, Port Adelaide.
Bilkey on the ground. There may be another bounce. No, Johnson got it to Clifford. Ball A's is the aim. Coming in late was Stephen Williams. He is a real terrier. Now Rowan Smith. He was caught very quickly. That was a fine tackle. Ball comes out now to Stephen Williams. Oh, he did that well, but the kick was loose. Des Herbert tripped. He'll take a free kick. Des Herbert's 20th kick, so he and Clifford have certainly been in the play a great deal. Randall Bennett now. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Russell Johnston. Gee, Mark Mickens looked around and said, what on earth did you do that for? So Russell Johnston, I still believe, has just shaded Mark Micken to this point. Off hands, Clifford superbly read. Well punched away there by Forster. Clifford backs it up again. A clever kick away, just misses Rowan Smith. Rowan Smith's got the pace though. Got the handball out too. He really makes an error. Ginniver to Anderson. Anderson's big kick up to half forward. O'Brien's in front. It comes off hands. Through goes Harrison. I don't think he can get past, so he goes backwards. Kick around the corner is a lovely looking kick. They're going to let it go through. It's gone through. That's a goal. Well done, Harrison. His first goal. And the crowd was a bit stunned there when O'Brien went for it, but no doubt about the goal. 15-13 the Magpies, 13-6 the Bloods.
There's often a lot of doubt about whether you should let those balls run through, but of course with the ball coming in, sometimes you lose your positioning and where you are in relation to the goals. But I think Michael O'Brien should have put that onto his tummy nevertheless. He should have marked the ball just and stopped it dead. But it was a very good kick, and Port Adelaide looking good.
Russell Johnston, 22 minutes into the 3rd quarter, puts it down again, Johnston. Geez, touching that ball well, although Micken backs up. Misses Larkins, though. A chance for Russell Boyd, who's coming into the game. Ball A's is a half forward. So is Winter. Winter takes it away. Clifford let him go. Thought about it, though. Burton couldn't mark the ball. Kinnear's handball is a bit high for Williams, but he's got very strong hands. Williams to the lead of Darren Smith. That's beautifully put, Stephen Williams. Brilliantly put. Clifford wants it, but he won't get it. Oh, well, bummer. Perhaps he should have given it to you, but I think he might kick the goal, though, moment. No, he won't. He's got under it a bit. Big pack of players here. It comes off hands. Ball A's! Oh, well done, Ball A's. What reflex. 4 goals, Darryl Ball A's. 16-13 the Magpies, 13-6 the Bloods.
Keep the home fires burning. Keep the home fires burning.
Clean Steve in the back. Free kick to Mark Micken at half back. He plays on quickly. Opportunity for Rennie. He comes into the mud pot. Bomber Clifford's there, so is Leon Grosser. It is he that receives it. Wobbly kick to centre half forward. Where's it going to bounce? That's the interesting thing. Turl's waiting on that very well then, gave himself the opportunity to get to it. Quick handball comes out. The opportunity for Port Adelaide. Williams back there. He's got it again. He seems to be everywhere today. Into the centre of the ground. Rowan Smith waiting to receive. Off he goes. High in the air. O'Brien's going to get first flight for Port Adelaide. Winter, well shark. The handball pretty wobbly. Lowby. Toomey. West Adelaide getting out for Herbert. He seems to be still on that boundary line. He's there most of the day, Peter.
Yeah, it's, it pays off for him a bit, doesn't it? He's there. I tell you what, West Adelaide players know he's there too, because they can find him. I'd agree with your point about Mark Micken, Robert. It was indirectly about Mark Micken. He's perhaps not having the effect that he should be, and at 26 minutes into this third quarter, it's Port Adelaide still running. Kinnear goes for the long one. O'Brien comes around. He won't get near that. Well, the umpires paid it. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I'd like to have a look at that one again. O'Brien was sort of casually running in. I don't think that he was pushed, but umpire Kinnear, or perhaps it was a trip. I don't know what it was. Umpire Kinnear was in a better position than me, but there it is. Free kick is paid to O'Brien. He booted 3 goals in the second quarter, and he's a very, very good forward. Now he's got 4. So Port Adelaide boot away with the O'Brien free kick, a doubtful one in front of goal. So Port Adelaide now 17-13 to the Bloods, 13-7.
That free kick goes to prove the old football axiom. If you're in front and running in front, you always got a chance or the benefit of any decision. Usually it goes your way, and perhaps there was a little tangle of legs there in that full forward area. But whatever the case, O'Brien's taken advantage of a free kick. Even if it was a little lucky, it's a dashed important one. 30 shots to 20, Port Adelaide lead.
Mark Micken continuing to work hard. He got up very early then and laid it right down to Des Herbert. Des Herbert's kicked the half forward. Muret there, one-handed. Dreer read it brilliantly. He's going to run into an open goal, Dreer. And that's very, very cleverly done from the big man. His first goal. West Adelaide 14-7 to the Magpies. 17-13 on 7's big lead.
And you can see what a difference it makes. The big fellow in the middle, Mark Micken, he made that little extra effort then to really get into the air, and he laid that ball down to Des Herbert, and out of the centre they went, and they got that goal back oh so easily, mainly because of that great bit of play by Micken out of the centre of the ground, and they need to do it a few more times. Russell Johnston and he have had a great battle. The honour's going to Johnston at the moment, but there's still over a quarter and about 2 minutes left.
Yes, the man at the scoreboard now is changing it over to 14. Through goes Ginniver from Johnston, which was very good ruck work. Stephen Williams and Lowby. Lowby's way out in front of his opponent. Stephen Williams knows where the ball is, though. Ball A's. Oh, very clever. So cool, ball A's. The kick back, not cool, though. It's twice he's done that, and that's where he's a touch risky, ball A's. And I think that Russell Ebert knows he's got a very good young player who likes to take risks, but well, there are percentages in this game, and you can't afford to fly in the face of them too often. Martin Leslie now has played a superb game at centre half back. Well, Craig Williams against Burton then. Away goes Anderson. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, well done, Dwayne Russell. I tell you what, he had to make ground for that. The Anderson kick was not really a very good one. 3 Port Adelaide players. Curtis down from the back pocket. He gave it to the man that can kick a goal. That man's Rowan Smith. Away he goes and boots it through. Brilliant football, Port Adelaide. Rowan Smith has booted 2 goals at the 29-minute mark of this third quarter. 14-7 the Bloods. Port Adelaide 18-13. And in fact, they were far too good, the Magpies. They went on to win by 40 points, 23-15 to 17-11. O'Brien and Darren Smith got 5 each for the Magpies. Ball A's 4, Ginniver and Rowan Smith 3 each. For West Adelaide, LUDERS got 4, Des Herbert and Muret got 3, Filkey and Burton 2 each. And after the game, Robert Adey caught up with Russell Ebert and Peter Winter.
Russell, you must have been a bit disappointed after 10 minutes of the first quarter, but there must have been a bit of joy in your heart during the second and third.
Yes, I think the second and third quarter was as good as I've seen the lads play for a long, long time, and I thought we worked pretty hard in the first quarter, and we had 3 goals on the board, and things looked rosy. But then I think we continued to work hard, but West keep putting the goals on the board. So our lads, to their credit, knuckled down the second quarter, and it's as good a quarter of footy I think I've seen played.
A couple of weeks we have been playing reasonably up to half-time and then just falling in a hole. I wish I knew the answer.
There must be. Do you think the fact that you're talking about it and it's happening, something that perhaps you're convincing yourself was going to happen? Because that was a wonderful first quarter. You must have been pleased with that.
Well, the first quarter, yeah. It's a bit hard. I think it might be a bit that way. You know, we visualise that we're going to play well in the first bit and then fall in a hole. I think it could be just a bit of a psychological thing, but I wish I knew the answer.
Yes, well, the Bloods in a precarious spot, really, because if the Bulldogs win next week, they could knock the Bloods out of the 5. On the other hand, Port Adelaide in 3rd spot, and they've got some young guys doing some pretty exciting things down at Alberton. A standing ovation at half-time, and the Alberton supporters, the Magpie supporters, delighted about what their side is doing. Russell Johnson, Michael Rennie will join us tomorrow for World of Sport, 10 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday morning. Join us for that. After the break, we'll have a look at the other games played in Adelaide today.